Hey everybody, we got a pretty good snowstorm coming through here today, 8 to 12 inches, high winds 35 to 40 mile an hour, so figured it'd be a perfect day to do a couple more videos for you. Just finishing up getting my batteries and everything charged, and my goggles and whatnot, and making sure all my other batteries are charged too, as you never know. Today I want to cover my EDC kit, everyday carry kit, and how I use it, what I carry in it. And then I'm also I got the 3 other kits dug out that I said that I had that I didn't review in that first video, and I'll show you what's in each of these, which one I like the best. I'm not going to tear all the little packs apart like I did the other ones, because a lot of the things are the same, so there's no reason to rehash those. And then I'm also going to cover some other tool kits that I have that I keep in either in my storage or nearby, that type of thing, or in a vehicle. Let me get started. By the way, sometime in the next couple of days I'm going to start doing more about emergency food and whatnot, and I'll go through quite a bit on that. That'll be in a few days though. Anyway, let me get this camera put up and we'll get going. And again, sorry I'm not a pro at this. I just, go as I go, wing it, that type of thing. See if I can get it plugged in here so it doesn't die on me. There we go. Alright, now here. Guess I could have moved this out of the way. That's what happens when you're not paying attention to what you're doing. By the way, for anybody interested, that's my AR-10. And I've got both a Burris 5X and a Vortex Viper sniper scope, and I have quick release for both. I guess you can't see it, can you? The Burris 5X and a Vortex Viper sniper scope, and they have quick release for the AR-10 here. And then I've also got the infrared tactical light and laser system on there, and that's basically it. I'm just, like I mentioned in an earlier video, I'm now starting to transition from winter back to summer. So these come apart, clean them out again, re-oil them, get things set for summer, and I'm starting to do the same thing with my kits. So, I don't know, maybe if people are interested, you could let me know and I'll do some videos of tearing these down and doing that. I guess you can let me know in the group when I post this video if that's something that you guys would be interested in. Alright. But I do this for each of my videos, or each of my weapons, my kits and my packs. As you know, I've been doing the packs, but I haven't really shown much of the weapons work that I do. Alright. God, I wish I had a chair over here. My EDC. Now, my everyday carry weapon is my Beretta PX4 Storm, and as you can see, I got to clean it again, in fact, but as you can see, it's what I carry, and it's a really nice shooter for me. It's comfortable. It's got enough weight that I don't have a bunch of recoil. Fits my hand good. So this is what I carry every day, and as you can see, it's well worn, well used. I just like it. It's a well-rounded weapon, and I would recommend it for anybody looking for a concealed carry. But something that I've also said previous is, if you don't have one and you're looking for a concealed carry weapon, the one mistake people make is they ask people for advice, or what's good, what's not, that type of thing. And you get all the talking heads and all the know-it-alls and all the experts. Well, this is best, that's best. Of course, 75% of it is, oh, Glock, you got to get a Glock. To all that, I say bullshit. It's all bullshit. The best weapon is not what somebody recommends for you. The best weapon is what you find for yourself. The best weapon is the one that you pick up in your hand, and it becomes an extension of your hand. It feels good. It feels great. It takes no effort. You don't think about it. The best weapon is the one that you shoot and barely even realize that you're shooting a firearm. The best weapon is the one that you are comfortable with, that you can shoot well, and that you feel, that feels right to you. It's not what somebody else tells you, all right? And today, in a lot of gun shops and whatnot, around here where I live, we can go outside and, go to a store. If you want to try one, they'll take you out back and you shoot it. I know you can't do that in most states, but in your state and in most states, even California and New York, I'm sure they've got gun ranges, or I'm sure they've got stores that have gun ranges where you can try the weapons that you're looking at possibly buying. And so my recommendation is that you, when you're looking for a sidearm, especially one that you want to EDC or everyday carry, you don't let people talk you into one model or another. You listen to everything they have to say. You handle them yourself. See which ones feel good to you, just standing there at the counter, and then ask to shoot those, all of them, the ones that you select, whether it's 2, 3, or 4 of them. Then you take those, you get your instruction on how to use them, what the safety features are, that type of thing, and then you shoot them in the range. And when you're shooting them, you will figure out which one is the right one. I mean, it'll come to you. You'll know. So all this crap about, oh, you got to get this model, you got to get that make, you got to go with a Glock, you got to go with SIG, you got to do this and got to do that. It's all bullshit. It's talking head crap is what it is. Wannabe experts. The best weapon for you is the one that's right for you, the one that you are comfortable with, and the one that you can shoot without even thinking about it, the one you don't hesitate over, the one you don't get nervous when you pick it up. The best weapon is one that you can walk up, carry it, look around, flip the, do whatever you got to do, pop the magazines or anything else that you need to do without any effort. That's the one that's right for you. So anyway, enough on that. So my EDC though is this. And it's a little pouch I got, which has got both a belt loop and a belt clip. Alright, and in my EDC, here's something that's going to surprise a lot of people, because most people don't think of this. I got this both from military and from my part-time as a deputy sheriff career. And my EDC is a camera. Just clip-on little camera. This one is what the hell is it called? I don't remember oh wait, it's on there. Scorpion, duh. This is a Scorpion. Very simple to use. Got a memory card, on, off, a button on the top. And you can clip on it. You can get different things for it. For example, hold on a second. I didn't even think to grab this when I was going to do this. You can get little cases that you can put them in. Oh, I gotta take the clip off, but waterproof case if I want. And don't pinch your finger in there, that hurts. So I get a camera, and people are like, oh, why do you get a camera? Well, especially today, with all the anti-gun crap going around, you never know. And so, with my EDC, having the camera and just attaching it to my belt or to a pocket or something and turning it on, nobody knows it, nobody notices it, they don't know it's there. But if someday I would have to take action, it's recorded. And it could be the saving grace between going to jail and not going to jail, Witnesses don't always get the information right. Video cameras in stores and stuff can't necessarily show what transpired. Well, you have your own little camera, and not only is it recording the video in high resolution, but it's also recording the audio, which is just as important, if not more. So I keep a camera, and I keep it charged, and I keep it in my EDC. And when I go in someplace, I just take a second and I clip it on. If I'm not going to take the whole pack with wherever I am, I'll just take the camera off and clip it on my belt or my wherever. So that's the first thing that I have in mind. The second is this little puppy, which is a flint and steel. And then it's also got a little compass in the end. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but we'll try. It's even got a little cotton in the end, and you could put something in there, but apparently I haven't. And it's called the alert zone. Why they call it the alert zone, I have no idea. It does have rubber seals, and although I haven't tried it, I would bet you could probably put isopropyl alcohol in here as well as a fire, to soak the cotton and stuff for a fire start. So it's a handy little thing. The next thing I have in here and get them out from earplugs. And I carry a couple different sets of it. I carry a couple of cheapos, and then I carry a really good set down below that is from my former military days. And so I keep those in there. Never know. Might be at a friend's house and want to pop off some rounds, so I got some earplugs. Because I doubt very much in a shooting situation I'm going to have time to put them on. You never know, though. Next, I have another magazine of ammo. And this, by the way, this PX4 Storm is 17 plus 1. So, 17 plus 1. Or is that my Ruger, actually? Oh, sorry, this is 15 plus 1. The Ruger's 17 plus 1. Next, but I'll tell you what, if I can't take out a target with just the first few shots, then I need to go back to school. Next, I have kind of a multi-toolkit blade assembly. And I really like this. It's got a lot of features. A pick. It's got your toolkit end so that I can pull out screwdriver, and they slot in the ball bearings so they don't just fall out on you. Now I've got a whole bunch of bits there. Then I've got I'm not even sure what to call it. Well, you can see what it is. I don't know what to call it though. On the other side, I've got Allen wrenches. Right. Then we go from there to ow, sharp. I seem to have a problem with sharp objects, don't I? Can't remember if that comes out or not. No, I don't think it does. And this knife is sharp as all get out. And this knife is by Real Avid, and it's for cleaning and working on pistols is basically what they advertise it as. So I guess you could call this a cleaning tool if you wanted to. And in a pinch, well, not even in a pinch, this will actually do a pretty good job if you look at all the tools combined. Next, you've got kind of a graded edge here, and then you've got this one I think actually works with. This is for, I'm not sure which weapon it's for again. I think it's for the Beretta. It is either that or the Ruger. I can't remember now. So what happens when you have head trauma from getting blown up. Half the time you can remember stuff, and the other half the time you can't. Anyway, so that's what I have there. And then final things that I have in here, I've got, you've seen this before. This is my tactical pen, if you want to call it that, with the glass breaker, built-in flashlight, all the other, pen itself, and of course this is the one that had the interchangeable wrong end. That's the battery end. This end. Interchangeable tools. This one has the screwdriver, the wrench, and the bottle opener. And then finally is my I think I've shown these to you before. These are kick-ass little lights. I mean, they're bright as all get out. Alright? For a little light, they do one hell of a job. Why is it flashing? Huh. Shouldn't be doing that. Haven't had any problems with them before. Maybe it was just loose, that's why. Anyway, so that I don't have to carry around, a super big flashlight. Let's see if I can show this here. It's pretty bright. I mean, it's definitely good enough, and it's got the modes for, tactical use, obviously. And the nice thing is at night, you can't see it in the camera, but it glows here, here, and here. So you can actually see it in the dark. This is by Trustfire, and it's called the XP-EF23. I don't know why they give them names like that, but they do. So this is what's in my EDC kit. Very base, Now some people might say, well, where's your knife? It's right here. I don't carry my knife in my EDC. I carry it in my clip to my pocket. Notice I have a handcuff key attached. And there's a reason for that. I carry in my kits, which I didn't point out, I guess I should have. Most of you will probably use zip ties. I carry handcuffs. I have them from both my military and deputy sheriff careers, so why not? But a lot of people like me are smart enough to carry an extra handcuff key just in case. And then finally, I also carry an extra battery, which is a lithium 10440, so it won't discharge no matter how long it's sitting in there. As I explained before, these lithium batteries retain their charge, so I can come back a year later, this thing will still be charged for this particular flashlight. The light that's in here are those little watch battery cells, but I'm not going to bother carrying 4 of those in that. They can be in the kit and whatnot. And let's see, that's it for the EDC. So that's my EDC, and like I said, the knife is there. But I keep it in my pocket, clipped in my pocket, and for me at least, I don't see a point of carrying anything else in an EDC. The other thing that's missing, obviously, is a cell phone. I don't even own a cell phone. I don't carry one. I don't want one. I don't need one. I make a phone call once a month at that. So I go right over to the wall, pick the phone up, and call if I'm going to call somebody. So anyway, that's it. I'd like to definitely see what some of you all have in your EDC. Oh, I guess I carry 2 of those batteries, one rolled away. I'd definitely like to see what is in your EDC, just to compare notes. Maybe there's something that you guys use that is actually a really good idea, and I can learn from you in that regard. This here is one of my favorite. I'm going to move on to some of the tool sets that I keep in my survival kits for shit hit the fan, and I keep it extra in my storage of backup supplies. Now, you saw one of the small kits, which is in my 2 week to a month long pack. That was that down here. Where is it? That was this little, very inexpensive, super lightweight shovel kit that I showed you in one of the previous videos. And it's got its little saw blade, which ain't worth a shit, nail puller, a couple of wrench sizes, bottle opener. You know, of course it's got its little kits in the handle with a compass that is actually accurate. And this was like $9.95 what I paid for this thing. And I put one of these, because they're so lightweight, I put these in my my everyday kits that go with me depending on how far I'm traveling. Now, my favorite though is this one. First, you got a handle. Alright. Inside the kit, you got a nice, really solid axe, which this one I've never used. But it's got the axe, it's got the nail puller, bottle opener, and a nice solid steel edge to use as a hammer. And my other one has been used extensively. And you've got the blade for the shovel, another bottle opener. And this one again is a nice solid, good steel thing. What I really like about this is built in to the handle a nice, and it's sharp, and this thing works like a charm. You know, I mean, it's worked really well for me, the other one that I use all the time. But that's not all. And it's funny, after I got this thing, it wasn't until later that I realized there was another one in the back. And I just put that in there. But basically same thing. Slide it in, another bottle opener, and a really sharp blade. And tell me you can't do some damage with that. So I really like this setup. And so far, I've had no issues with it whatsoever. The only thing I kind of wish they would have done, and I'm going to do something myself about it, it's pretty loose through here, so I'm going to probably modify this on both of mine. On the other one I have been too lazy to do so far. I'm going to modify these though so that they're tight and they're not flopping around. And if I remember right, it'll be in the link, I'm sure, but I thought this was somewhere around between 15 and 20 bucks for that one. I really like that one. The next one is one of the more expensive kits made by Gerber, as you can see. And these I don't carry around. I keep 2 of these in my emergency and backup supplies. So over here it's got a couple pouches and stuff. Here it's got this handheld saw blade thing. Now honestly, it's sharp as heck, but I have no idea what you're going to cut with this. I mean, you're talking, you know, I don't know, maybe some bone in an animal, small animal, or a deer. Maybe that's what that's for, specifically, because it'd be good for cutting rib cages or collarbones, that kind of thing. So maybe that's actually what it's for. Next you've got your saw, of course. Again, nice and sharp. Next to that, you've got blade. Not easy to get out with one hand, looks like. It's a nice rubber grip, so it's nice and solid. It's got a seatbelt cutter, and you know, being a Gerber blade, you know they hold an edge. They're pretty nice. And the nice thing about Gerber is they're made here in the USA, which is another plus. And then finally, a really nice axe. And this thing is solid. I mean, it's heavy, solid. It's not flimsy by any means. I mean, that's solid steel. And it's pretty sharp there. Nice hammerhead. And then on the bottom, you got a hidden blade in the bottom. So those are the three main toolkits that I keep with my survival gear. I've got, I think I showed you in the backpack and should hit the van, my go kits and whatever. I think I did show you. I also keep in those. I keep multi-tool as well. So it's combined with these. I pretty much have everything I think I would need. And I don't foresee a need for anything else in terms of tools. Okay, these are the three other kits that I had, but I hadn't. They were stored away, so I couldn't show you when I did the last video about small survival kits. I'd done the Gerber the last time and a couple other ones. These three here are all really nice kits. This one's got another paracord bracelet with a flint and steel. Looks like the one had compass whistle. And then inside, nice plastic sealed carrying case. No. Really sealed. And it does have a rubber seal for it. So then inside, you've got, in this one, you've got a little multi-tool with blades and everything else in it, like you'd find in most standard multi-tools. This one even has a little flashlight. So, kind of a nice little multi-tool there. Next, you've got a flint and steel. And as you can see, they're scratched because I always test everything. So, you can see they work. Next, we've got another whistle and little storage compartments for, I guess, whatever you want to put in the little storage compartment. Most of them seem to now come with this steel multi-tool thing. It's got a little saw on it. It's always sharp. Knife blade, screwdriver, and a bunch of other little tools in it. You got your chainsaw, another compass that'll clip on to something if you want to clip it on, and a little instruction book. So there's not a whole lot in this one. This one is just in my storage stuff. It's not in any of my day kits or road kits or anything like that, because if you notice, there's quite a bit missing from this particular model. No, there's no fishing line. There's no signal mirror or anything like that. There's no band-aids. It's missing a lot of stuff that some of the other ones have. I mean, it's a nice little kit, and it's really small, but it is missing a few items. So, but this one it's in my gear, and if I ever need to use this one, I'll pull it out. I'll probably supplement it, change it out, and go that route. so not too bad.